Hello again, football fans. Welcome to another edition of Friday Night Varsity Flashback. I am Aaron Schoonmaker. Dan Spears is gone tonight. That's okay. We still got to a couple games. We still got some highlights for you. We'll get to the 1 vs. 2 in just a minute in the 1A. That's Wallace Rose Hill at Pender. First, let's get started in the Mid-Eastern where New Hanover and Ashley were going. Ashley was looking to avoid losing 5 straight at the hands of the Wildcats. And Ashley came out to play a little bit in this one. They came out ready to compete. They got on the board first and really played some nice defense early. They were able to intercept the Bates-Taylor pass on the 10 as Hanover was going in to score in the second quarter. But ultimately, it was just too much of New Hanover's Devontae Jones. He scored from 10 yards out to tie it in the first quarter. He was able to make his cuts all night, finish his runs throughout the night, and he tallied for a second time in the opening frame. The second time was from 8 yards out. Wildcats went on to win it 42-14. They even their conference markup now at 1-1. They will play host next week to Laney, who won tonight, came from behind to beat Rose 34-29. They're looking to keep pace with New Bern. That's going to be a great game in the Mid-Eastern next week. Be sure to check that one out. For now, let's get over to the 1A and the matchup in Burgaw. Number 1 Wallace Rose Hill at number 2 Pender. This one had all the makings for a great game, and it was. We have a theme here. It was a track meet, at least in the first half. It was standing room only. Fans were lining the track, and it was announced over the loudspeakers it was believed to be the biggest crowd for a Pender home game. Head coaches Tom Eanes, Joey Price, they were ready. Shaq Hooper, the Pender quarterback, he was geared up for the rivalry. This one was a relay versus a sprint. We'll start with the relay portion, and Wallace Rose Hill, they got the opening drive early, and they started their 4-man relay. First, a conversion on a 3rd and long via the screen pass to Omar Carr. That set up Carr to finish the drive on a physical 11-yard tote, and the Bulldogs fans were celebrating first. That man we mentioned before, though, Shaq Hooper, he had an answer right back, and Pender drew even with a 40-yard dash. It wasn't quite a straight line, but it was still fast, and it was still 40 yards, and the Patriots drew even. Like any good relay race, Carr understands that passing the baton is necessary. So for the second leg of the relay for Wallace Rose Hill, Jonathan Drakeford went around the left end for a 29-yard score and put the Wallace Rose Hill Bulldogs back in front. Hooper then gets some big help from his downfield big back Josh Johnson before lighting up the scoreboard from 3 yards out a second time. He was a one-man sprinter. The extra point was blocked, so the Bulldogs kept the lead early on. But then the third leg of the Wallace offense was on. Trayvon McKenzie powered his way for the score from 5 yards out, and Wallace had gained separation. But like all good runners practice repetition, so did Pender's offense. Hooper, running the trap option, flipped the ball wide to Derek Holmes, who outran a lot of guys, getting it to the 23-yard line. In fact, that play worked so well that they did it again on the next play, and Holmes pulled the Patriots within a couple strides on a 23-yard touchdown. Pender pulled ahead before the half on a Kevin Portillo field goal, but Pender went to their anchor leg, and Jaquel Robinson became the 4th player to score on the ground for Wallace, completing the relay. That 4th touchdown was ultimately the difference in this one as the Bulldogs go on to win 29-22. They stay unbeaten. They will undoubtedly stay the number 1 in the AP for the Class 1A, and they extend their winning streak to 20 games. Looking ahead for Wallace Rose Hill, they got 3 games left on their regular season schedule, all 3 at home. The biggest challenge is going to be in 2 weeks when they play Union. Union also stayed unbeaten in the conference tonight with a win. They have just 1 loss on the year, and they're right on the heels of Wallace Rose Hill. Well, now let's get into some of the other scores from around the area. Laney, as we mentioned, came back to beat Rose 34-29. They're 2-0 in the conference, 5-3 overall. Hoggard fell again to New Bern. Hoggard's 1-7 on the year. New Bern stays perfect at 8-0. East Bladen put up 40 on West Bladen. They go to 7-1 on the year, and they look to keep pace in the Waccamaw with South Columbus, who put up 37 on North Brunswick. They are 7-0. They are perfect, that Stallions squad. West Brunswick, they go to 2-2 in the conference. They win 41-21 tonight over Whiteville. James Keenan evens up their record with a 39-27 win against Lakewood. Union, like we mentioned, 34-20 tonight over Midway. They are 4-0 in the conference, 7-1 overall. They are right on the heels of Wallace Rose Hill, and they've pulled even with Pender. And finally, East Duplin, they are 4-0 in that conference, 7-1 overall with a 49-14 win over South Lenoir. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. I know I've been telling you guys to go to starnewsvarsity.com. You may have been disappointed with some outdated stuff. I promise you I updated it myself this week, so go there, get all the updated schedules, updated stats, updated standings, everything you need to know. We always have the football links, so check that out and check us back on Wednesday. Check it out, guys.